Is this the fastest turnaround we've ever had on recording?
Probably not.
Yeah, we probably recorded 2 in one go.
Probably. Recorded what?
They look a little... I don't know what this is going to do. Hopefully that works normally.
Oh, God.
It was blurry, right?
I guess a little bit, yeah.
Well, anyway, hopefully that first part's in. Uh-oh. Because we're recording SMSoup.
Welcome to SMSoup. The #1 podcast with soup in the name, but not on the brain.
Why'd you start saying that and then not say it?
I don't know, because I was making fun of the way you said soup.
Oh, I'm Spencer.
I'm Shelby.
And we're here, Shelby, to take people on a journey, a magical journey.
How magical is it?
So magical. Through life.
Mm-hmm.
And time and history and future. And we're asking the most important questions.
Only.
Like, waiter.
How is the soup made?
How is the soup made? Is the soup made with chocolate?
Is it? Is there a chocolate soup? There's got to be a weird chocolate soup.
I think that's just dessert.
Oh, that's a good point.
Are there dessert soups?
Ew, are there?
Because there's like dessert wine.
Well, yeah, but all wine could be a dessert.
And if you try hard enough, so could every soup.
10 easy dessert soup recipes you'll love. And just that photo is not appealing to me. Probably a lot of puree shit.
And like Cool Whip.
I would not be appetizing.
Cool Whip.
Ew. Nah. I don't want it.
Just give me ice cream, dude.
For real. I mean, I guess ice cream feel like it melts basically soup.
Yeah, and like that's fine. But don't try and sell me any of this hoity-toity shit.
They're literally just pureed fruit with like you said, like some kind of whip in it. Gross. Anyway.
What are we talking about today, Shelby?
Today we're talking about, honestly, who knows what. But really what happened was we were going through some of our food. In case you didn't know, we are newly moved human beings. And some random things were made it down here. So going through some of our food, I pulled out this bar of 100% cacao. From
bean to bar.
It is not a dessert bar. It is for baking purposes.
It's 100% cacao.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm just making sure people know that.
So like,
we're not like eating. It's not a Hershey bar.
Hershey's is like 70-30.
So probably.
Like milk chocolate, I think, is 70-30. And then I think dark chocolate is 75 or 80.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's 80. So there's no sugar. There's no like added sweetener. No milk.
And we've done this before.
Have we?
I think so. I said to Shelby, and she wasn't on board with this, so we're not doing it, but just know that the idea was there. I said we should do a bite of the chocolate, and then a shot of vanilla.
No. I mean, that's what you said, but yeah, that's why I said no. Like, oh my God, what's it called?
Vanilla?
Yeah, but like, it doesn't matter. Regardless, another baking ingredient that sounds like it should be delicious, and in case you've never figured out in your life that it's not, it's not. They're both very bitter.
About to be Charlie.
About to get a gold ticket.
I mean, it already looks like it's golden.
So, first off, before we get into this chaos, Spencer, how are you?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah?
Yeah, finally getting like a break. I know you have to drive. But for the first time, we do not have people like on their way to visit us.
Sure.
Or, well, you have to go do stuff.
I know you keep saying like, oh my God, it's our first weekend. I'm like, it's your first weekend.
I would say that this has been our first week where we haven't had to really worry, but you've had this like hanging over your head, this drive that's coming up.
Yes.
So that's why we're recording this hella early.
Yeah, it's Memorial Day weekend, and we finally get to enjoy what generally is the outcome of Memorial Day weekend, which means a pool opens. So we finally get to enjoy that, which is very exciting. Can't wait to enjoy it when I get back.
Yes. Yeah, I can't wait either. I can't wait for like to be able to like be done with work and like go out and hop in the pool for a little bit.
Yes, absolutely.
It's gonna be so satisfying.
It is. But yeah.
How have you been?
I mean, yeah, same. Pretty good. You know, just ready for.
I mean, it's literally been 2 days since we last recorded. Like, literally nothing has happened.
Correct. I mean, we went to the
We're
DMV.
just trying. Oh my God, should we talk about the DMV?
We went to the DMV.
Let's talk about the DMV.
You know, America's favorite pastime, going to the DMV.
Name one person who has said they loved going to a DMV. I'll point you to a liar. Overall, like, it wasn't a bad experience.
It was not bad.
Actually, it was a very good experience.
Yeah.
It was just long.
Yes.
But I will say, that was it.
Yes.
Like, literally, we just sat there and we waited.
It was just a waiting game.
And only one person, I think, started to raise a stink about how long they had waited.
Yes. Which is kind of remarkable because we waited a very long time.
And the person fell into the classic mistake of trying to understand how the DMV line system works.
Right.
Because his biggest gripe was basically this person who was here after me.
Yeah.
Who was a walk-in.
What are they? Were they walk-in?
Yeah, like he was like specifically, he was like, they didn't have an appointment, I didn't have an appointment. So why did they go ahead of me?
The DMV is a...
You can't try to understand it. You just need to sit there and accept that you're going to be there.
I like we that got you there say that because I feel like for the first hour you tried to figure out the pattern.
Oh yeah, I tried to, and then I immediately gave up because I'm telling you, don't do it.
What is Grogu scratching at? Grogu is high-pitched scratching at something, and it's the worst sound in the world. So Detective Spencer's on the case. What? What is this? Oh, sorry. Because what if they need them? Anyway. Yeah, it probably sounded awful for the people on the other side of the wall, which he was scratching against. Anyway, yeah, it was basically a waiting game. I will say everyone was very nice.
Yeah, like none of the workers, like I feel like that's always the biggest issue is that like the workers are naturally in a bad mood because they're expecting to get shit from people.
Yeah.
And so they just immediately have their defenses up, which sucks because sometimes you're trying to be nice and you're trying to say like, I thought I needed this paper. And they're like, you should probably no longer exist if you thought that. And it's like, whoa.
Whoa.
But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know if it's just because this one was super chill and like lenient about stuff or yeah, but I mean, I did hear a couple of people like kind of get into it because they didn't have something that they needed.
Yeah, but nothing crazy.
Nothing too crazy. And the number of people I saw literally go, all right, what number am I? I think I have enough time. And then they ran home and then seemingly came back in time.
Yeah.
Was awesome. Like truly an amazing feat by this DMV. Dude. If I have to get up for this cat again, I swear to God.
I swear to God.
I don't know what we were saying.
I don't know. Basically, the DMV was fine.
Well, we got there at 7 because that's what time it opened, and there was already a line.
Yes.
And we were there until 11:30.
Yeah.
For what took 15 minutes once we actually got called up.
Yeah.
But that being said, if everybody in front of you takes 15 minutes.
I mean, I finished a book while we were there.
You did finish a book.
I even jokingly said I knew I should have brought 2. But we survived. Only a few people fell asleep around us. Only some slight snoring. But mission accomplished. Wasn't too crazy as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're obviously preparing to go. There was a review that was like, bring your like camping chair and like snacks. You're going to be there all day, which we were there a very long time.
We were 4 hours.
And it's
4.5.
clearly a known thing because they only let, at least where we were, they only let so many people into the building at once, which like makes sense, keeps it under control. And that means everyone else is outside, just standing. And literally, there was a line there all day, and there were always a few people who had a camping chair and were just chilling. Which, I mean, yeah.
Some people
Clearly,
know.
people know
Yeah.
what to do when they need to go to the DMV here. But yeah, all in all, positive experience. One more check mark in the moving process, which is always fun.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. One step closer to being North Carolina residents. Well, I guess we basically are North Carolina residents. We've done it now. We've done the thing. But yeah, so Spencer wanted to eat this chocolate. Moving on. And I was like, we can't just eat chocolate for no reason.
We absolutely could.
And I'm going to be honest, as soon as I say that, I don't really have it worked in how we're going to eat it. We can just kind of eat it whenever we want. But I thought I created a very mini game.
The challenge is
we
have to finish an entire square.
Oh, okay. By the end of the game?
Before the end of the... Oh, is it a game?
I have it's kind of a game.
Okay. Well, we have to finish it by the end of the game or by the end of the episode?
Okay. So, I titled
Can
it...
I get started?
Sure. Oh, my teeth are going to... Oh, this is going to be... If you hate the sound of people eating, maybe don't listen to this. How does it taste? You took a giant bite of it. Don't cry. It's going to be okay. What does it taste like?
It tastes like...
Just almost like dirt.
Bad dark chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so
I was trying to power through the front of it.
I titled the game. You ready for this title? Titled the game. That's what? The kind of gross, but also impressive hacks used in food photography.
Oh.
So I learned some of these in college. Not that I had to do any of them, but we like kind of learned about some of them. And I thought it'd be fun that I am going to...
This is fun because like I normally make the games.
Exactly. I'm going to
And you even came up with a fun little name for it and everything.
I know. Like a whole...
Where'd you steal it from?
30 minutes. I didn't steal it from
ChatGPT.
I did. I typed it out. I wrote this up a whole 30...
Am I allowed to drink water?
30... Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I had you fill mine before we start. Can I talk? I'm going to describe to you
Sorry.
like a photo scenario or like a food item that would be like done in a certain way. And you're going to try and guess like what the thing is or how it's done that way. Whether there's a substitute. I did not make options.
Dude, most of this stuff is going to be like, I don't know.
I have time to make options.
It's going to be like plaster. And I'm going to be like, how the fuck am I supposed to come up with that if I don't have options?
That's where there's not real. That's why I say game in a very loose sense because I wasn't really able
to. Dude, the water made it worse.
Wait, I'm going to take a bite of mine. So...
Also, I was trying to shoot into the mic so people like who are listening know that like this is actually happening. Oh God, you took a bigger bite than me, dude.
It broke.
Good job.
Thank you.
You're going hard.
It sucks. Oh, I talk. No, why are you eating all of it? I'm gonna laugh if on the package like "do not consume" by itself. Oh, this is so bitter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry. We're both chewing at the same time.
Like up front, right? You're like, I can
no, but
do this.
afterwards it sucks.
And that like turns into...
I think it's like powdery.
Yeah, it's powdery and then turns into a fucking paste.
Yes. And it's like stuck in your mouth. Anyway. God, now we probably sound like shit. Can you tell me the calorie content of this chocolate? So, really quick to give credit to the few places.
I'm so sorry.
I'm getting used to it at this point.
In the instructions, it literally says, read this if you just consumed by itself. It says to pour.
You're fucking with me.
I'm fucking with you.
Oh my God. I was like, it has to be consumable. It goes into baked goods.
I was more so going for like, so you decided to eat this by itself.
Are you an idiot?
Here's what you should do next.
Yeah.
Pour yourself a glass of milk. Maybe that'll help.
Mate, good luck. Credit to shotkit.com that had videos that accompanied every single description. So if you are looking to learn to do these things, I'm assuming they would show you, or at least you see it in action. And the second was medium.com, and it was an article about like the tips and tricks of food photography. Otherwise, it slowly turned into blogs of people saying how to become food photographers, but not in like in more of like a restaurant sense of like almost like food blogging, not so much staging food. So anyway, all of these would in theory be done like in a studio. You have a person who stages the photo. They know all the tips and tricks. I like how I'm the one who didn't want to do it, and you're the one like dying over here right now.
I shouldn't have done all of it.
They know all the tips and tricks to like how to make it look the best.
It's like stuck on my teeth.
And all of that. So almost all of these, if not all of these, after this trick is done, that food should not be eaten. And
right.
Second, obviously when I say this is like how it's done, technically there probably are other variations, but these seem to be very like repeated and like obvious. So that doesn't mean it's the only way to do it. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. First one. Getting the pole of cheese shot in a pizza.
Okay.
How do you think? And I'm genuinely not trying to like super trip you up. Like some of these really aren't that complicated. But how do you think the pole of the cheese is accomplished? And I'm going to eat chocolate while you say it.
I'm going to guess glue.
Final answer.
Can I get multiple guesses in case my first answer is wrong?
Like
I want to stick with glue as my first answer, but like if it's wrong, I want to keep trying.
Well, I guess more of like, did you want to like elaborate any on the thought or just say glue?
I'm
not saying you have to. I'm just asking. I was trying to create conversation so you wouldn't hear me chewing.
Yeah. No, I guess mainly just glue. Well, I'm trying to think. What's stretchy? Like Play-Doh almost, but not silly putty. Right? Like a putty. But like that's not going to really like gum. That'd be a lot of gum to like put down. I'm going to stick with glue. And if it's like more to it, obviously let me know. But if it's not, is it more than, is it glue and something else?
Glue is the additive to like mozzarella. But I wouldn't expect you to come up with that part.
Right, so it's like glue.
Glue was
with
the
change.
Cheese. Yeah, glue was the additive that would make it look sticky. So they said it should always be mozz because that's the most like stringy, melty cheese.
Parmesan?
They said mozzarella. I don't know.
Not Parmesan. Provolone. I feel like provolone is very stretchy.
But would it look still very pizza-y when you have it out all together?
No, because typically I don't put provolone on my pizza.
I think that's the problem.
Not what you originally said.
It's not what I originally said, but you gotta think about it from all angles.
All right.
So yeah, it'd be mozzarella mixed with glue, and then just for a fun little detail, they said you pre-cut the slice you want to pull out, obviously, so the bread's already detached, and then you kind of have to like re-mush the cheese so it looks all connected, and then you like pull, and the leftover attachments is what causes the gooey pull. Yeah, good job. You got one.
What if they just went to Chicago and did Chicago-style pizza from wherever we got pizza because that shit was stringy as fuck? Like, I think you can just make pizza and have it be stringy for a shot.
Yes, but if you think about it...
But instead it's like, let's make it so that we can't actually eat this, but we still waste food in the process.
Fair. One, that's probably going to take a shit ton of cheese, whereas in theory, if you're doing a glue cheese mix, it's probably not taking as much. And but two, depending on how long you're doing the shot, the cheese could get kind of gross and oily and like start to not look right.
But it would just be one shot. You know the rules.
You get one shot. That's a lot of effort put into one thing. Okay. How is a stack of pancakes made to look like a stack of pancakes made to look so like tall and like perfect?
Cardboard.
Correct. You already knew that?
No, I think I'm mostly just trying to go with logic here.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most of these aren't that crazy. I was saying I'm not trying to trip you up. You obviously cut a small circle of cardboard that's smaller than the pancake, and then you stack them in between. I saw one place say they would use a beauty sponge, but I feel like that's so much more work than cutting cardboard, and you'd have to worry about them like really flopping.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Cardboard is the one I've always known. But yeah. Okay. This might be a bit of a weird one, but how is condensation achieved on like cool drinks?
Bro, if this is anything but you pull the thing out of the fridge and then let it sit,
It's not that.
I'm going to be pissed.
It's not that.
Like, why wouldn't it just be that?
Because you don't know how long these things have to be worked with.
Shelby, hear me out though.
You need it to like look a certain way.
Let's say it's a glass bottle of Coke. Okay? Probably the most photogenic thing I can think of. Ever. Not just food related. It's the most photogenic thing I have ever laid my eyes on.
Forget the 7 Wonders.
You get a 6-pack of those. You put all 6 in the fridge. As soon as the one doesn't have the desired effect of condensation that you want, you just pull out another and put the first one back in the fridge. Let's see. How would you do that? I guess like you're talking about like beads of sweat.
Yeah.
Oh, Shelby.
Oh, I'm sorry. I needed water.
Is it working?
No. We're very out of focus.
I hope that doesn't break the thing when I do that, the recording. So beads of sweat, sorry, is what we're talking about, right? Not just like the frost almost, or like this, not like where it's just like completely wet, right? Like
I mean, I'll be honest, I think they're made in very similar manners, but yes. It would be like when you're literally at a can of Coke or a bottle of Coke and they're trying to show it as like something very satisfying on a hot day. Either the condensation that like drops on the outside or like the bead.
I'm gonna guess like an eyedropper.
So the mixture to achieve this.
Oh, it's a mixture. Hang on. Glue.
What do you think is in the eyedropper? Just water?
Yeah. I thought you would just wait for the shot and then.
Honestly, you probably could, depending.
No, it would run too fast,
I'm not saying
right?
that would never happen. That would never work.
It'd run too fast. The mixture is water and glue.
It's water and glycerin. Or you could probably use just some makeup of oil and water.
That just reminded me that I wanted to talk about glycerin.
Why do you want to talk about glycerin?
For another time.
Okay. Also, fun fact. I shouldn't say often. Ice in like glasses of drink shots tends to be fake. So you don't
dry ice.
So you don't have to worry about it melting. And it's normally just like resin.
That makes sense.
So you can reuse them and like they look picture perfect every time and again, all that.
I could have guessed that, thanks.
You're welcome. All right.
So what am I, 2 for 3?
You're 2 for 3 so far, and we have 4 more. Okay.
All right, I like my odds of it going above 500.
Cereal shots or just like milk in general? How is milk done?
Paint.
The milk is generally glue.
I want multiple guesses.
Oh, I don't know what to tell you. You're saying
you
one word and then just
no.
staring at me.
You should have said no. You should have said no, not paint. My second guess was going to be glue. I'm taking that one. 3 for 4. My first guess was actually going to be glue, but I was like, there's no way like all of these can't just be glue. So
I'm
that's
sure
why I
paint
went with
would
paint.
also work.
Yeah, but paint might be
Paint's
too
like
thick.
thicker, yeah.
Well, I'm taking that. Whatever. That's mine. That's mine now. 3 for 4.
Specifically, the shots where like the spoon is holding like a thing of cereal and milk stripping. This prevents the contents from absorbing the liquid too quickly and starting to look mushy. So that's how they still look crispy on top because they're just sitting in glue versus absorbing like moisture.
Makes sense.
Yeah. How do you think syrup is achieved? I won't just say what it is.
Again, if it's anything but just using syrup, I really don't get it. Let's see. So I'm 3 for 4 because I totally got glue for cereal because I was gonna say it, and I'm kind of pissed.
Sorry.
Syrup. Dish soap.
No.
Glue.
No.
Glycerin? No. I don't know. Like, cause like anything that's like, I'm trying to think like, what's syrupy? Like, how would it not just be syrup? Like, and so give me context here. Like, you're talking about like a thing that's showing pancakes and like how they do the pour of the syrup, and then it like spreads out and like perfectly drips.
They'll do the pour. Sorry, who's staring at us with crazy eyes? They'll do the pour, or they'll like it'll be a overhead shot of pancakes and it's got the nice drizzle all over the top. Like, yeah, basically most syrups that would be photographed are this. And it's not syrup.
Honey?
Although I wonder if that would work.
I don't really understand. This is going to piss me off whatever you say it is. I'm done guessing now.
Motor oil.
Why? Literally why? Like, it simply does not make any fucking sense to me.
I don't know, but it's how a lot of like very high commercial photo shoot shots were taken, and that's what makes them look appetizing.
Dude, you know what's more appetizing? It has to,
like, shine.
No, you know what's more appetizing than goddamn motor oil to me? Fucking syrup.
Yeah.
That is the most asinine thing. I'm sorry. All right. This is deep state. This is a psyop. They're coming to get us. They're trying to make us eat their fucking motor oil, dude. They're indoctrinating us to the motor oil. That's fucking wild. That actually makes me so mad. Like, literally, like, the only one that, like, so far I think is, like, fine is the cardboard to, like, stack up the pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming the pancakes are still fucking real pancakes.
Yes.
So why can't we just use real fucking syrup? I truly, that one actually pisses me off the most. I guess cereal also kind of makes sense that like you use glue so like they don't get soggy.
Yeah.
Like I get that makes it more appetizing. I don't understand how motor oil looks more appetizing than goddamn syrup. And I don't understand how, like, to your point about the whole condensation thing, that also makes sense to me. Excuse me. Because I can still taste the fucking chocolate. It's gonna haunt me. The condensation thing makes sense as well because to your point of like you have to get the like shot. Yeah. I do get it, but like I don't see how motor oil is more beneficial or more cost effective or more whatever than just doing syrup multiple times, multiple takes. Pancakes cost us 5 cents to make per pancake.
Yeah,
if that.
Right.
Oh, you have to factor in the electricity that's used. Shut up, Poindexter. The point stands. What's next? I'm 3 for 5 now.
Yeah.
There's 2 more.
There's 2 more.
Oh god, really up against the wall here.
So this is a bit of more of a styling choice. Soup that is photographed that has like a garnish floating on top of the soup.
Mm-hmm.
How is that achieved?
The soup is actually Jell-O. The soup is actually pudding.
No.
The soup is actually solid.
No.
No? Okay. My first guess, the Jell-O one was a legitimate guess because Jell-O is still, depending on the color of it and everything, as long as it's light enough, it would still appear liquid at the right angle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so that's how I figured you'd be able to get the like garnish to sit on top because it's a solid.
I did try to give a hint. This is more of a styling choice than a substitute choice.
That actually has me more stumped, I think.
Sorry.
No.
I just didn't want you going too far down a Jello rabbit hole.
Glue has to be involved somehow.
It's not. It's the magical ingredient.
Do they like take the picture? They have like a thin string holding the contents.
Like fishing line?
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of product photos are taken with fishing line.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing if something was dangling, maybe, but no, these are just like sitting on top of the soup.
I don't know. Wait. You put enough salt in the soup so that
change the buoyancy.
so that everything floats. Oh no! Did you finish your chocolate?
Yeah, I did.
What the fuck? Why are you not crying?
They chugged water afterwards.
Chug this. How do you do it?
Within the bowl of soup, you would place a small dish, or specifically, people kept saying a ramekin. So in it, that's like the thing. It's like a circle dish that has like the bump in the middle of it, or just like a small circle dish is called like a ramekin. You set it in the soup and you cover it just so the soup just covers that dish, and then they're all resting on top of that so they can't sink into the soup.
This one doesn't count. I'm 3 for 5 still.
Why doesn't this count?
Because it's not a weird ingredient.
That is just a styling thing.
That's fine. I'm 3 for 5.
Okay, this one.
So I'm 500. So it's good.
I don't even know how to describe this, but I mostly
Can you show me a picture of it?
I mostly took this as a note because it was so crazy to me. How do you think? And there's a lot of ways to do this, but I went for like the two that like you don't need excess tools, you don't need all this shit for this. How do you think you can easily create steam in a photo?
By boiling water.
Yes, but what helps like maintain steam? They do both involve hot water.
Keeping the water boiling.
But there's something in the water that they have soaked in it that helps it keep steaming.
Dry ice.
No.
Ice.
No.
Water.
Well,
They
yeah,
put
there's water
in the water.
Or these things have been soaked in boiling water. Thus, by placing them anywhere, they keep giving off steam. They don't necessarily still need the bowl of water.
Mentos.
No.
Something of that effect, though, like a breath mint.
Mm-mm. Something that absorbs water that you can then place anywhere you might need it.
Sponge.
It's sponge-like.
Cake.
No.
Bread.
No.
A loaf of bread.
Mm-mm.
An entire Dave's Rockin' Bread or whatever the fuck it's called.
It has very absorbent qualities.
You're fucking with me.
Do you want me to give you a giant hint?
No.
Okay.
Sponge. It's a sponge. It's sponge-like.
It's sponge-like.
It's food.
No.
Oh.
That was going to be a big hint. It's not food.
I got there. 20 questions.
Yeah.
It's not food, but it's sponge-like.
Well, I mean, sponge isn't a food.
Sponges are edible. You could eat a sponge.
But not in the way you're describing them.
I'm sure this thing's edible too. A towel.
No.
A washcloth.
Nope. Although I bet that would work. It would just be really big.
So it's small. Smaller than a sponge?
Yeah.
Is it so obvious?
No, it's not. It's weird. Like, I hadn't heard of this ever, but like I get it.
I mean, a sponge wouldn't work.
Oh, I'm sure it would. It would work very similar to these. I found two, and they're basically the same thing. But a sponge would also suffice.
Scrub daddy.
The fact that you got to a sponge is already like good. If you want me to just say what the things are.
No, I want another hint. I demand a hint.
Both. Again, they're basically related. So if you get one, I'm gonna say you got it.
You just know the folks at home are going crazy right now.
No, because
it's like Wheel of Fortune. And I have all the letters and I just can't pronounce it.
I don't know how to describe it. Both are used for like human body.
A loofah.
No. They're not for washing.
A douche.
No.
Because they're not for washing. Human body.
Yeah.
But not for washing.
You're not gonna sit here like scrubbing your yourself with it.
A bottle of lotion.
No. How'd you go from sponge to a bottle of lotion?
I don't know, dude. I'm struggling.
They can possibly be inserted in places. They're very absorbent.
Tampon.
A tampon, yes.
That makes sense.
A tampon or like a cotton ball / swab. Basically cotton. A ball of cotton is the answer. But everyone kept saying tampon. And I was like,
makes
yeah.
Sense.
Yeah, because it'll absorb it and it'll hold it, but you can kind of put it wherever you need steam to be coming out and it'll stay warm and hold on to the moisture for quite a while. But yeah, there were like a ton of things because obviously you can get like steamer like tools that just let out steam.
But again,
that's really
hear me
complicated
out.
though.
I would use a sponge because
I think a sponge, yes. As
that
soon
is
as you
the
said
least
sponge,
wasteful.
Yeah.
Like,
you can just cut off a little piece and like put it wherever you need it.
By putting a tampon, like by soaking a tampon in water, I can no longer eat it. So like, well,
you were basically
shit.
50-50.
How was your chocolate?
It was not good.
No.
It sucked, and that's why I didn't want to do it. But you you were adamant. And at least I can say you loved eating yours. It was obvious from your face. I don't know what you thought was going to happen.
I don't know. It was fun. Whatever. Fuck you.
Thanks for playing my little game.
Thanks for having me. I guess I gotta start prepping for whatever the next real game's gonna be.
Yeah.
This one doesn't count.
What?
This isn't canon.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. You should do that more often. I like being the guesser.
I just don't know. I don't know what to quiz you on, you know?
We should play Jeopardy because we have like 4 versions of it. We should play Jeopardy on
that'd be fun.
For an episode.
That would be fun, yeah. I like that. Do it like old YouTube style.
Yeah.
I say old for us, not old because that still exists on YouTube.
Yeah. Old for us like we used to do.
Right.
Yeah. That'd maybe be fun.
I'm gonna suck at it. Ooh, in case that's not obvious, I am.
Can you knock it off?
I can't. I keep hitting everything. In case it's not obvious, trivia is not my thing.
Yeah. Well, this was fun.
This was fun. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for having me. We still gotta pre-record some episodes.
Yep.
So look forward to those.
So who knows what's coming
Sometime
next.
those are gonna come out, but for now, stay tuned because next week is gonna be a week where we talk about stuff from the week.
Yeah.
Don't eat 100% chocolate.